Infect has always been an archetype in EDH. Unlike his modern counterparts, has often struggled at closing out games. And looking at typical EDH lists, most are equipped with cheap creatures and pump spells, which are good for killing a player. However, I say a player, as Infect often has to dump their entire hand just to do so, leaving them completely screwed by the other two players. Now, there has been some good Infect commanders printed over the years, however, they all have their problems. Starting with Sakashima. This card basically reads, Infect can now kill 2 people, and hope to get a third most of the time, which still doesn't solve our problem. Next up is Atraxa, probably the most popular, and while good, Atraxa's weakness is itself being a kill on sight basically negates the proliferation, meaning you have no reach. In addition, Atraxa still has the issue of having to hit players to get the proliferation going, which still doesn't solve the card advantage issue of having to play pump spells. Finally, we have Skittles and the newly printed Lehan. Skittles and Lehan both suffer from the monocolor syndrome. Even with Skittles being the best Infect creature ever printed, Lehan still doesn't help deal with reach. So if Infect is failing as an aggro deck, then maybe it's time we start looking at taking Infect in a different direction, which leads us in today's blue, Togo Infect. Togo casts for a red and 2 colorless, and is a goblin artificer that reads, whenever a land ends battlefield under your control, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Lock, and this Lock has equipped creature has pay 1, tap, sacrifice Lock. This creature deals 2 damage to any target and has the equip cost of 1, which paired with our Infect creatures allow us to be able to shoot players out of the game, which is quite the needed reach, which is quite spicy. But the most important part of this is that we don't lose card advantage, since we don't have to play pump spells anymore. We can just play lands and generate our value there. If every land is equal to damage, means we don't have to do that. Basically solving the Infect's main problem of having to play bad pump spells in EDH. When you're up against 3 possible opponents, it's not that hot. Our second partner is Iko Shidiki, which we're mainly playing for the colors and the added life gain, since basically if you're playing Infect, you automatically target number 1 at the table.
Why are you crying?
The rest of our deck rounds out with your typical Infect guys, low drops and the high drops, followed by your typical removal card draw and limp. As per usual, feel free to subscribe, and now on to the gameplay.
Round 1.
Our first game opponents are the Old Dragon, aka 5 color dragons, or on the weird changeling version. Demon Lord Belzenlock, the combo version most likely, or unless they're playing Demon Tribal for some weird reason. And Sig River Guide, I'm guessing they're on Merfolk Tribal, or some weird discard blue. This hand is garbage, still small. This hand's acceptable, so I guess we'll keep it. We got Lamp, Color Draw, and all of our colors. Old Dragon plays Command Tower, Exploration. It's not a normal game of Command unless someone has 2 mana on turn 1. We draw Phyrexian Swarmlord. Not that great right now, but it's good late game. Temple, there's a forest on top, I guess we'll top it, so we hit a land drop. Watery Grave. Looks like they're also on Team Fatal Magic. Exotic Orchard, Chromatic Lantern, they have all the lamp. Another swamp, draw forests, go, Path's Ancestor and pass. Cyclonic Probe, well this Cultivate now hurts. Also rest in peace Fetch Lands. Vivid Land, passes. At least O-Dragon isn't stopping us right now, with like multiple dragons. Belzenlock passes. Well, I'm assuming they're on the combo deck now, since they aren't playing, like, anything at this point. Their deck is probably entirely consistent of 4 CMC spells, so Belzenlock can dig through their deck. So gotta keep an eye out on that. We draw Razor Swine. Let's get our card draw going. Let's cast Phyrexian, since we aren't really an aggro deck, we're a midrange deck. Nykthos, Demir Signet, and Sig. Looks like Sig's getting going. Mountain, into Laughless. That's kinda scary. It's gonna make every dragon they play even more powerful. The land Dynamo. I'm assuming next turn's gonna be a big one, because they can get close to comboing soon. Arena Trigger, draw Stomping Ground, Terminate. More lands and removal. That's good to have. Cast Togo, Path Trigger, bottom the Pokeball, play another Temple, make a Rock, keeping Fabled Passage on top for next turn. Greaves, and equipping the Greaves. Dragon Lord Jamoka, that's gonna be annoying, can't interact with them now. That's kind of a problem. Path Trigger, they bottom a card. Make a Dragon off Laughless. That's gonna be a problem, it's even more power in play. And they attack Belzenlock for 6. They take it, going to 34. Sig triggers on that step and they draw another swamp. Belzenlock in play, revealing a bunch of cards. They go to 24. They cast Sickening Dreams, X is 7. Yeah, it's definitely the combo deck, 100%. Well, back to the starting point. It's annoying because it makes our Phyrexian a lot worse, since we're gonna have less life. Draw a Passage, and the Painland. Play Razor Swine, equip a Rock. And I probably expect to either lose next turn to Demon Lord Belzenlock, or maybe Old Dragon is just gonna kill me, but you never know. But hopefully those things don't happen, and we actually get to play a game. Throne of the Black Rose. They are now the Monarch. Sweet. Though we won't be getting the Monarch, I think, for a while, since our creatures can't really get in that well. So it's gonna be a while till we get it. Equip the Greaves, and draw off the Crown. Utrafall, a Hellkite, that's even more dragons. Path Trigger, they bottom again. And pass the turn. Demon and Belzenlock, they replay Belzenlock, and they die?
Bruh.
I don't know what they did. I guess they took too much damage, so they couldn't actually win, but yeah, so now there were 3. Draw Plague Meter, cast Togo, path trigger, bottom of the land, play Fatal Passage, get a rock, crack passage, Scout Force, we take 2 from Sig's Infect code, make another rock, and discard land hand size. Custody Lich, we equipping the Greaves, passing, and drawing off the Monarch again. O Dragon goes to combat, attacks Sig, makes a dragon, comes the Monarch, plays Aggravated Assault, that's scary, that's double combats potentially, with the Hellkite, that's a lot of dragons potentially. Instead, we'll throw a rock at dragons.
Blast him. Bang! Bang!
Draw Radiant Corruptor and Inkmoth Nexus. Play the Nexus, make a rock, flip a rock, cast Radiant Corruptor, let's kill the Greaves, because haste is kinda scary in the Demure deck. Also, the Shroud is really annoying. And whoops, it looks like I skipped my turn. Just modal things, I guess. At least we can leave out Closing Grip or Terminate here still, so it's not a total loss, but yeah, this is a definite punt on my part, so rest in peace me. Let's hope we don't die. Oh, we shouldn't die actually, because we have another action, but yeah, we could have equipped a couple rocks here and actually put in more damage, but oh well. Sig goes to combat, swinging 1 Death Touch at dragons. Dragons take it, they get the crown back. Blitz chose, they force dragon to sack. They sack the token. Sig plays Propaganda, that's gonna be equally annoying for dragons. They might go all the way though, I don't like that. Oh boy, all lands are swamps, that's good for us. 1 mana fixing. Worldly Tutor, I don't like this. I feel like we're gonna die. Grabbing Coal again, that's not what I was expecting. Still scary, but not the worst. And they take 2 from Sig's artifact. Casting Colgan with dash. Half trigger. This time they top it. Goes to combat. Colgan trigger. Hellkite trigger. So you know what, Sig? At least it's not going our way. They go to 13. Colgan goes back to hand on step. And set, we throw another rocket. Blue Dragon. They go to 4 Infect. We draw 2 lands. Quit some rocks. Make a rock. Animate Inkmoth. Equip Inkmoth. Actually, wait a minute. If we throw enough rocks here, we can actually kill O-Dragon. So let's throw the one on Inkmoth. Throw a rock at O-Dragon. And then we can just leave up our 4 points of Infect. So if O-Dragon does anything to us, we can just shoot them with Infect guys and they die. Basically holding them hostage for the rest of the game.
And we'll just go Cultivate, I guess, to hand size, because it's going to be a bit clunky to cast. Sig swings at O-Dragon. Both creatures die. They cast Mutilate. Well, I guess that forced their hand. We're gonna throw rocks at O-Dragon. They go to 6, 8 Infect, and then they go to 10 Infect, and they die, leaving just me and Sig. Arena Trigger, we draw. Smoldering Marsh and Plague Stinger. Animate Inkmoth again. Let's cast Phyrexian Swarmlord. Should be able to put a decent amount of power on the board. And attack for 1, or not, I guess, because we forgot about Propaganda. Well, let's just set up for next turn then. Let's cast Plague Stinger. Black Sun for 4, ouch. That's pretty brutal. Counting on the Swarmlord to really take over the game. They take 2, going to 11 from their artifact. Arena Trigger, we draw Crux and Bloodfast. Those are good to have. Let's cast K-Grip, killing Propaganda this time. Animate the Inkmoth so we can actually attack. Hit them for 1 Infect and we take the crown. Let's cast Plague Meal, play a tap land, and leave up Terminate for whatever they play, because I feel like they're going to play a creature here. I feel like they're almost out of board wipes. They have to be soon, hopefully. And if not, we can just keep firing up the Inkmoth, so hitting them for 1 turn is not too bad. They cast Cryptghast, that's a lot of mana with Urborg. Cast Bloodchief Ascension, that's also really good with Cryptghast. Another Extort. And on end step, let's just kill the gas, Terminate. That's too much mana. Arena Trigger, we draw 2 lands, Swamp and Woodland Cemetery. Let's animate the land, attack for 2 Infect. And they go to 3, let's play Soul Ring. We play Togo, scry 1 and top. Play land, make a rock, and equip the rock. Play the Bloodfast, and draw. Blight Mamba. Sweet, another Infect creature. And they seed enough, I guess. Because they don't have an answer, I'm assuming. They aren't dead, but like, they're pretty dead if they don't have anything. So I'm guessing that's what they have. Anyway, on to game 2.
Round 2.
Our second game opponents are Coilworld. I can tell you're having fun. The Dwarf Legend. And the partner combo of Vile Smasher and Kadama. Assuming Coilworld's on the typical Coilworldness of value fun, where their turns take half an hour, the Dwarf Legend is probably on Dwarf Tribal, and the partners, I'm assuming, just some big mana strategy. This hand's pretty good, so we'll keep it. We got colors, lamp, card draw, some Infect guys to put the rocks on, which is great. Partners start with Forest. We draw Kadama's Leech. Let's go Temple, keep Crux on top in case we need it. Dwarfs play a Mountain. Coilworld plays Tailmorph Expanse, grabbing a Forest. For once, no mana crypt starts, or 2 mana turn 1.
Those words
Is it possible to use them in a sentence together like that?
Lightning Leaves. Let's cast Necropede and pass. Cast 7 dwarfs. Yep, they're on dwarf tribal. Gorilla Signet. Rakdos Bounce Land. We draw Blight Mamba. Go to combat. Attack Corvold because I'm playing Corvold for 1 infect. Let's cast Blight Mamba and pass. Soul Ring for the dwarfs. And there it is, you can't go a single game without someone having a Soul Ring or mana equipped.
Magla. Lightning Leaves. Equipping the Leaves to Magla.
Attack Corvold. Make 2 treasures. Corvold goes to 35. Birds of Paradise. Survival defense. That's pretty scary. Basically I have 2 for the best card in the deck. And in the Corvold deck, that's pretty much every card in the deck is the best card. Opponent plays Vial Smasher and equip the Leaves. That's gonna be hard to deal with. Thankfully the odds of Vial Smasher hitting us is 1 in 3, so it shouldn't hit us every single time, but it could, and that's pretty scary, especially with the high CMC Kadama. That's 6 damage right there. And after playing higher the CMC stuff, that could be even more damage. Like the cast 10 draw, we might just die. So we gotta keep an eye out on that. We draw a Swamp, go to combat, attack Corvold and Magla for 1 infect each. Corvold is at 2 and Magla is at 1 infect now. Let's cast Togo, let's play a land, make a rock, and equip a rock to Blight Mamba. Dwarfs go to combat, attacking Corvold again, make some treasure. They pass with all that mana, oh that's sus. Pernicious Deed, oh that's annoying. Crack the Deed, X is 3, that's brutal. Pretty much lose everything, even a rock. Opponent knows we play Vial Smasher. We draw a Temple. Let's cast Kadama's Leech, getting Forest to play. Swamp the hand, play Temple, top the hands of the players. Valorduck, that's pretty scary. They're pretty close to turning it online, and it kills like half of our deck, so we gotta keep an eye on that. Just hope they don't throw it away, I guess.
Magla.
Xenagos, the Reveler, makes a Satyr token. Opponents cast Kadama, deal 6 to dwarfs off the Vial Smasher trigger. They go to 34, and they attack us for 2, and we take it. Draw Hand Up Platos, cast Beast Whisper, so we can get a card draw going. Play the Swamp, and cast Whispering Spectre, drawing off the cast trigger. And we draw another Forest and pass.
If you wouldn't mind, good thing we only have 2 non-basics, but this bounce line is looking super juicy right now. Mazalek makes another Satyr. Temple the False God, casting Dryad of the Illusian Grove. They put Thought Vessel in play off the Kadama trigger. Vial Smasher trigger, dealing 3 damage to no one? Thanks, Moto. I'm guessing Magic Online screwed up here, or maybe it's a bug? I honestly do not know. I mean, I'll take not taking 3 damage, so I guess no one takes 3. Rest in peace, Vial Smasher. They cast Deluge for 2, that's oof. They attack us for 4. We go to 34. Draw Shield Summons. Let's cast Ikushidiki to gain some life back. Draw off Beast Whisper, another land, Dragon Soul Summit. Play the Summit, attack Corvold for 2. Ikushidiki triggers, gaining 3 life, going to 37. Valorduck's online. They shoot a Beast Whisper, that's really annoying. Our code draw is gone. We play Magla, and they pass. Play Crafter, that's pretty brutal. So much attrition. Rest in peace, Ikushidiki. Dwarves sack the Commando, permanently sack the Dryad. Migration Path, 4 damage to Dwarves off the Vial Smasher trigger, getting 2 lands, attacking us for 8. We go to 29. Draw Blink Moth. Play Blink Moth. Cast Hand of the Platos. Plan to cast Show Summons and get 2 creatures if anything happens. Also, we can go fetch out Skittles and maybe get someone if they go after us because we can hasten the Skittles, which is pretty nice. Valorduck kills Hand of Platos. Rip. I was really hoping we didn't draw a land here, or just shoot the Vial Smasher. That's pretty annoying. And we play Magla. Corvold cast Pirate's Pillage. They make treasures. Casting Soling. Playing and casting the Gitlog monster. Even more attrition. They have so much card draw. Mojin of the Lives. Well, that's the problem, because we can't do anything about that, and that's pretty big. And our life total is getting pretty low. Hopefully they go after Corvold because they're drawing more cards, but they've been going after us pretty hard, so I don't see that happening. Vial Smasher trigger. Corvold takes 9. That's a big hit. Kadama trigger. They put in Butcher and Malkill. So I guess no more creatures for now, because we don't want to play them into the Butcher. Gultooth, bouncing on land. We're playing with the Kadama. Go to combat, attacking us and dwarfs. We go to 26. Dwarfs go to 27. And instead, let's cast Showed Summons. We grab Skittles and Corvold. Because here's the Corvold deck now.
That man's an imposter! That man is the imposter!
Draw Nature's Law. Cast Collective Fate, destroying all non-dragons. This can't hit the indestructible card, but it can hit everything else, so I kind of think we have to do this, otherwise we're just gonna die to combat. Play Forest, cast Corvold, sack a land, draw a card, and getting 1 count on Corvold. Drawing a Forest, and with pass. Jessica's Will, the Impulse, top 3, and hit 3 lands. Ouch! That's the saddest Jessica's Will I've ever seen. They play a land and shoot partners for 3, and they play 7 dwarfs and pass. Corvold cast Corvold, they sack a land, draw a card, and going their own Corvold. Opponents cast Dragon Lord Atarka, kills the OG Corvold. Rest in peace, my friend. Thank God they didn't hit our Corvold. Yeah, that'd be really stinky. Vial Smasher back in this play, and they attack us for 8. We take it, going to 15. Our life total is getting dangerously low here. We draw Steve, cast Togo. Let's make a lock. Play Steve, cast Nature's Lord, getting a Cinderblade. 9. Make another lock. Animate Inkmoth. Swing it draws to 1 Infect. They go to 2. Swing Corvold at Corvold so we can draw an extra card. I don't want to go out the partners because they're pretty scary and they have a lot of open mana. King a land. We draw another land. Dear God, the magic gods hate me. They just want to draw me all the fucking lands. Dwarves cast Gloomlock Knight and passes. That's pretty rough for them. They were out of gas and they're just as well completely black. Feel kind of bad for them. Rest in peace, dwarves. Tilgid. That's pretty good against our Corvold. Thankfully, they're almost dead, so it shouldn't matter that much. We can just opt to not attack. And they can't get a lock, so it's not that bad. It does slow a Corvold down on the value engine.
Julian the play, when they sack opponent it grows, and then when it dies it deals damage equal to its paladin Togo. Pretty good.
Kadama back in play. Vile's Master Tricks. Hits us for 6. We go to 9. Losing, Killiated, Combat, attacking us, and Corvold. We block with Steed and Sack, grabbing a swamp. Trigger Corvold, trigger Turgis. We draw Mace of it. That's pretty good. But it might be too little too late, and Corvold dies. Or we don't have to worry about Turgid, but then we have to deal with partners, which is just as scary. We draw a mountain. Everyone loves a fucking mountain. The flood is real. Cast Ikushiriki to gain some more life, because we really need the life gain right now. There's a lot of power in play. Attack partners with Corvold, sack a land, go Corvold, draw another land, and we should gain some life here, which would be great. Or not, because it has leech. God damn it. Magic and line comments are just gonna roast me, so I'm actually now. Well, let's play Mazalith, make a lock, quick lock to toggle, and maybe we can shoot something down so we don't die somehow. Dwarves cast Meteor Golem. Okay, that's a good start. That's killing Dragon Lord Toga. Place saves us 8 damage. Partners cast Imperious Great Worm. Oh god, we can just die here. Come on, coin flip. And the coin failed me, how could you? Anyway, Dwarves goes to 8. They pass the partners. Codabarn's in play, and pass it. They're in trouble now. I think they're pretty dead, because they're basically in top deck mode versus partners. And that File Smasher in the 1v1 is pretty brutal. Kadama's back in play. File Smasher deals 6. Dwarves goes to 14. They attack for a lot of damage, and yep, Dwarves scoops it up. Partners get the win.
And that was the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. There were definitely a couple things I could have done better, like actually reading the cards, but this is me, so it's bound to happen. Going off of our opponent's deck, my favorite deck probably was a Sig deck with the Monarch mechanic that seemed pretty cool. And surprisingly, Corvold didn't outvalue the entire table, which is nice. A couple changes that possibly could be made to the deck, or maybe adding a couple more Infect creatures, swapping out some lands, possibly, maybe 1 or 2, as we got flooded late in the game. I probably won't be doing it, but if you're not me, you probably can, because my RNG with lands, I know it didn't show this game, but every single game I play, I get like mana screwed even with 40 lands, because Magic Online hates me. Anyway, that was the deck for today. I hope you enjoyed, and always if you like this content and want to see more, feel free to subscribe, and as always, I'm out.